Okay guys, so we have the lines off, but I have to try and find somewhere that can make them or get them to me quickly. Okay guys, so I just left Princess Auto, which is kind of like the Harbor Freight version in Canada, and they actually make hydraulic hoses in there. So I went over there and I managed to get them to crimp me two extremely fancy versions of the original OEM lines. So last night I spent a bunch of time getting these off and assessing the issue and trying to source out these fittings, and I managed to come over here and get them made. So they got the O-rings in the end, same deal. And this is gonna be a much better solution. Like, look at that line compared to that piece of junk that was leaking all over the place. So let's get back, we'll throw everything back together. All right, we're back at the house. She's miserable out, boys. Look at this. It is raining and windy as heck. So I gotta go out and not torrential, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is raining. And I gotta go out here and try to deal with this so that we can carry on and stay on schedule. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these lines back in place. So let's get to work. It is not easy to get a wrench in here. I'm just tightening up the fittings that go in the actual block, and then we'll move on to actually installing lines. All right, so we got our two fittings that convert, it's actually 10 ORB is the name, into our kind of AN compression style fitting. And now we'll go ahead and put our lines on that connect over here to the cooler. All right guys, so the lines are on. That was a success. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got these two new lines and we got the old junk ones off. So as you can see, I changed the oil, or dropped the oil last night. I actually dropped it from all three. So there's the engine oil, there's the old transmission oil, and way there in the back on that pan is a diff fluid. So we're all done. I'm just gonna finish taking off the oil filter, replacing it with a brand new SRT Viper filter from Mopar, and then I can move on to the transmission, fill that. So let's go. Okay, here we go with the Viper oil filter. So we got the OEM Mopar. You pay an extra $10, I think, because it says these words. Let's throw this on. So there we have it, oil filter's on. So what I'm gonna do next is, the engine's ready to be filled with oil, but we still have everything else empty. So I'm gonna go back here, and overnight I let the diff drain, so you can see that the plug is gone and we got all the oil there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll put our plug back in, and it's a magnetic one, so I clean it all off. And then we'll hopefully be able to get a bottle in there to fill up our diff. So I'm gonna try and use just the nozzles that you can put on a bottle. If not, I'll have to use a fluid transfer pump. So I'm gonna try and use this nozzle there with that. But what I'm gonna do is, since this little bottle has to go in limited slip additive, this nozzle doesn't fit on that. You can see it just fits right over top. So I'm gonna put this inside my bottle of diff fluid, pour it in there so that I can kind of put it in with the diff fluid, since I only have a nozzle for there. All right, here we go. So I've got two bottles of Mopar 75 W90. So I got these two, and then I had to pick up some Lucas, so same thing, synthetic 75 W90. So we'll put in these two bottles. I think it should take about 3, maybe a little more. We'll find out in a minute here. 3 is gonna be the magic number. So she's full. I'll let her drip a little bit, but that's pretty much it. All right, here we are with the transmission. So I'm just gonna remove the fill bolt, and same deal. It looks like I'm gonna be able to get the bottles in a lot easier here. There's a little more room. So same thing, we'll go ahead and just fill it up with our transmission fluid. So almost 4 quarts is what the transmission takes. That's really not that much. So definitely not a bad idea to change this often, because there's not much in there. So let's go ahead and cap it. Just a nice slow trickle. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and put our Mobile 1 in there, the 0W40. So let's fill it up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start it and hope that those lines are good to go and that we don't see anything else. And then I think we can finally put the wheels back on. Push to start. Let's go check it out. Looks good so far. Okay, so here's where we're at. It's been raining all day, but we've still been working on the truck. All the fluids are now changed. We got everything changed. Engine oil, transmission, differential, all changed. And I've ran it for probably 20 minutes, half an hour, and I haven't had a single drip out of these two lines now. So we're good there. The rain's holding off. I know it was raining earlier that you guys saw. I'm gonna put the fender liner back in and we'll put the wheels back on. All right, we got the fender liner in. Let's go ahead and put the wheels on. Right now we're just cleaning up the air filter, and that should be pretty much it, so that we can start road testing it and make sure she's good to go. Okay, and one last thing now that we got the wheels on and everything is we're gonna put on some new wiper blades. These ones are the original ones. They're pretty much roasted at this point, so they're 24-inch ones that I picked up. I don't know, Michelin ones, I guess. So should be a lot better than what's on there. And I mean, who really cares about wiper blades as long as they work? So let's throw these on. Oh, there we go. All right, that was pretty painless. Slide these J-hooks off and grab the new one. Look at that, there's not even any blade on it anymore, it's just flat. And grab the new one. And that's it. Cool, we got windshield wipers. Okay, so air filter is clean. We use the K&N recharge kit, and now I'm just applying the oil to it. So just putting a little light dusting of this oil on here. You don't really go too heavy on it, but it is a big filter. That's it. We're gonna be cleaning this whole engine bay afterwards too, so for now we'll at least get the essentials done on this whole girl. All right, so we got a clean filter on there. Everything's changed, all the fluids are changed. Let's go ahead and close this and take it for a test drive finally. All right, let's go. All right, here she is, boys and girls. We got an ABS light, but I'm gonna have to get a proper controller to actually be able to do anything with that. So I can't touch it because I don't have a computer with me or a handheld that can access the ABS codes or reset anything. But I think it's honestly just because the battery's been off for so long, because the speedo works, and apparently if the speedo didn't work, it'll actually throw a check engine light. So I honestly think it's because the battery's been dead for so long that we're getting that. But so far so good. Seems fairly normal. So I think this is pretty good, you guys. Like I said, this thing hasn't moved in a while, so it's been just kind of parked, but no strange sounds, you know, knock on wood. Temperatures are good, oil pressures are good, no weird sounds or of any kind or anything like that. Obviously the roads are completely wet and it's cold outside, so I can't really romp on it, but she sounds healthy. Everything, I think it's gonna be good. So I'm not gonna jinx it just yet, but I think we're all good to go, boys. She still gets up and goes. Still got that grumble. I need to get some new gas in it though, you guys. It's pretty low right now, so I don't want to be going too crazy on her. But she sounds healthy. Woo-wee! She still got it. Sounds good. All right, so we're back at the house and she's good to go, I think, boys. I'm gonna be test driving it the next few days, so we'll test it and see how she does, but as of right now I think we're all good finally. All right, so that's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. So I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and consider hitting the join button to support your boy. We got a lot of vehicles that we need a lot of mods for, so it helps support the channel and keeps all the videos and the mods coming. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.